This is the Yankees POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the New York Yankees. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, things usually go well of recent memory for the Yankees against the Red Sox in September. That's where we were tonight, and it was more good news for the Bombers. They beat the rivals in the first of three at Fenway. Final score 4-1. Now, the Yanks have won 27 of the last 34 games against the Red Sox in September. Just amazing stuff. Luis Gil, 6 innings, did not allow a hit. Pitched well, obviously. Aaron Judge, another historic moment. Now all alone in 4th place on the Yanks all-time home run list, number 362. Now, with all that said, no ground gained in the division. That's because the Blue Jays win again. They beat the Baltimore Orioles 6-1. So the Yanks remain 3 back of Toronto in the division. And obviously they pick up a full game on the Red Sox. Now a game and a half clear of the Red Sox for that top wild card spot in the American League. Again, 4-1, the final score on a successful night from Fenway. Hello, everybody. I'm Jay Berman. If you're a New Yorker, you might recognize my work. I've spent more than 2 decades in the biz, everything from TV to web to radio. Glad to have you aboard. Please follow me on X as well, at Jay Berman, Jayberman. Welcome to the Locked On Yankees postcast, both on the Locked On Yankees YouTube channel and the Locked On Yankees podcast feed. The postcast gives you a place to chat after every game. That's what we do. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. And we are off.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right, so as we said, history was made. We'll get to Judge. Luis Gil had a no-no through 6. We'll get to him. But big picture, that's where we will begin. Yanks, as we said, have won 27 of the last 34 games against the Red Sox in September. Clutch City, baby. And that 27th win was tonight. Now, perhaps most importantly, the Yanks win their 82nd game of the year, and we've been doing this for a while. 82 wins means you're guaranteed to not have a losing record, no matter what happens. Obviously, the Yanks will be well above 500, but it's guaranteed now. So an 82nd win means the Yanks clinch a 33rd straight season above 500. Amazing stuff. Now, 33rd straight season, not the record. The record is the Yankees way back in the 20s and 30s. It goes on for more than that. But again, 33 straight seasons without a losing record really is amazing stuff. Now, we talked about the no-hitter. That's where we'll begin with Luis Gil, or at least the almost no-hitter. Again, he did not allow a hit through 6 innings, no hits, no runs, 4 walks. And we've been down this road with Luis Gil before. It's seemingly like into and out of trouble every other inning for him. But to be fair, kept the Red Sox off the board tonight and obviously did not allow a hit. 4 walks, as we said, now has 26 on the season in right around 45 innings pitched. So again, not great numbers there, but he was effective tonight. In fact, his season ERA below 3 now at 2.83. Through 93 pitches, there was a chance, at least according to me and my brain, there was a chance, I thought, that he'd come out for that 7th inning. But to be fair, and I think it was the right call by Aaron Boone, how many pitches are you going to get from him in that inning? If you're trying to keep him no more than 100, well, that leaves him 7 pitches to throw with in that 7th inning. Odds are he was not going to get out of that inning in fewer than 10 pitches or so. Point being, at 93, it was close. We'll give Boone the benefit of the doubt. He pulls him there. Fernando Cruz gives up the home run to Eaton. That turned out to be the first of 2 hits for the Red Sox. But again, at that point, no one cared about the no-hitter anymore because Luis Gil was out of there. Gil gets the win. As we said, he's now 4-1 and he has been real good. Now, we know about Max Fried at the top. We know about Carlos Rodon in the 2-hole. Remember, if the Yanks don't win the division, which right now doesn't look like they will, but if they don't, that's wild card. That means best of 3. So game 1's going to go to Fried. Game 2 is going to go to Rodon. Who gets game 3? Is it Cam Schlittler? Is it Luis Gil? We don't know yet. So again, in a situation where he's essentially pitching for a spot in the postseason rotation, well, look what he did. Despite the walks, no runs and no hits. Now, Devin Williams pitched a scoreless 8th inning. David Bednar, a scoreless 9th inning. Bednar earns his 23rd save. And again, the win goes to Luis Gil. As for Aaron Judge, lots of history to get to. By the way, one note before we get to Judge, we talked about the almost no-no. The last time, because we have not had a no-hitter yet in baseball this season as of now. And again, we have less than a month to go. The last time there has not been a no-hitter in an entire season, 20 years ago, 2005. So it's been a while. Thought there was a chance tonight. All right, now to Aaron Judge, who, of course, is otherworldly. No other way to put it. And he's specifically doing his damage somehow in the first inning. The home run, number 362, and as we said, passes Joe DiMaggio, or at least separates himself from Joe DiMaggio. DiMaggio now in 5th, and obviously Judge all alone in 4th, trailing only Ruth, Mantle, and Gehrig. Now, there are more significant notes on this home run. First off, he has now got the most home runs by a Yankee right-handed hitter ever. Of course, he passed DiMaggio. We know about DiMaggio's World War II service, so he missed 3 or 4 years in there. That obviously would have padded to his stats. But that being said, he's now solo 5th because Judge hit 362. He passes DiMaggio. Now, Judge's 19th first-inning home run this year, amazing. Amazing to think about. That's the most home runs in any single inning in a season in Major League Baseball history. No player has ever hit more than 19 home runs in an inning. Judge becomes the first to do it. 19 first-inning home runs. It gets better. The most first-inning home runs in a season in Major League Baseball history by a team, the Yanks have 46 this year. One back of the record, which was set 2 years ago. The 2023 Braves hit 47 in the first inning, which is amazing to think about. So again, Judge has 19 first-inning home runs, has 47 on this season. And remember, folks, he missed a couple of weeks and isn't 100% and DHing half the time. But again, Ruth, Mantle, Gehrig, the only ones in front of him, and he now has the most home runs by any right-handed hitter in Yankee history. All right, so we got the heel gem. We got the Judge home run. We got a solid performance from the bullpen, which, of course, we haven't been getting lately. So it was a successful night for the Yankees. As we said, they keep ground with Toronto. The Blue Jays win again. They beat Baltimore, who the Yankees, of course, will see 6 more times. Obviously, 1 series at Camden and then 1 series in the Bronx. That includes the final series of the year in the Bronx against those Orioles. So again, Blue Jays beat the Orioles 6-1. We'll see plenty of Baltimore. And they continue to lead the Yankees by 3 games. Now, remember, Toronto has the tiebreaker over the Yankees. So essentially it's 4. Yanks can't finish in a tie with Toronto or otherwise they lose. So essentially they're 4 back, 4 full games back of Toronto, and now a game and a half up on Boston. The Red Sox lose a full game to the Yanks. They're in the 2nd wild card spot in the American League, and the Yankees obviously in the 1st spot. Now, we'll take a break. Concerning in regards to Jazz, he was all over the place tonight. It's kind of his game, but we'll discuss Jazz, specifically the defense, which obviously didn't burn him tonight, but it wasn't great. We'll get into it coming up next. All right, you've probably seen a million ads for hair growth products and thought, sure, like that actually works. There are so many products out there, and it's hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything. Well, that's why you should give Nutrafol a closer look. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. And it's not just hype. This is a supplement clinically tested that targets the root causes of thinning and shedding with a proactive approach. I started noticing less shedding and healthier looking hair after using Nutrafol. Whether you are at work, out with friends, or even just getting ready in the morning, Nutrafol gives you more confidence in your daily routine. And you can feel good about it knowing Nutrafol is NSF certified and backed by peer-reviewed studies. See thicker, stronger hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering Locked On MLB listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code Locked On MLB. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code Locked On MLB. All right, up next, the NFL season is almost here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it fits however you like to bet, player props, building a same-game parlay, or even jumping in live as the action unfolds. It makes every game more exciting, whether you're watching your team or just keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup. It's quick, easy, and the best way to add a little more energy to Sundays. So, are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. All right, we are back, and it is time for this.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
It was interesting because at first it was Luis Gil's game ball. Then it was Aaron Judge's game ball. Then it was Luis Gil's game ball and back to Judge. You get the idea. So I'm not totally sure who to give this to. We'll give it to Luis Gil because, as we pointed out earlier, he's essentially auditioning for a spot in the rotation in the playoffs. We don't know yet who the third starter would be. And for that matter, we don't know who the fourth starter would be. Obviously, it would be some combination of Cam Schlittler and Luis Gil. Gil put on a performance tonight that gives you pause, makes you think about it, and then you say, you know what? He might just be the Game 3 starter. Wouldn't that be amazing? So, game ball to Gil. 6 innings, no hits, no runs. We talked about the walks, which you know are going to kill him. 4 strikeouts, 93 pitches. His season ERA is at 2.83. So again, excellent stuff there. Now, what's also excellent is this.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
All right, perhaps a little easy or a little early for this one, but to me, it was the Aaron Judge home run. Now, the Yankees threatened for more, so it could have been a lopsided inning or a crooked inning. However, the Judge home run in the first inning really gets you off to a solid start. To me, that put the doubt in the Red Sox minds. Now, did we know Luis Gil was going to go 6 hitless innings? No, of course not. But again, the turning point came in the very first inning, which normally it doesn't. But it came in the very first inning as soon as Aaron Judge hit the home run. Now, Judge doesn't get the game ball. Luis Gil does. We've already determined that. However, excellent work on the turning point for Aaron Judge, who again changed things tonight, for lack of a better term. He changed things. He put doubt in the minds of the Red Sox, especially in September against the Yankees, and that's exactly what happened. Again, 4-1 the final score, 82-65 are the Yankees. Red Sox are 81-67 now, a game and a half behind the Yankees for the top wild card spot. As of now, we know it would be the Yanks and the Red Sox from the Bronx. Again, the Yanks are the top wild card spot. They play the number 2 wild card spot. The top 2 wild card spots meet, obviously in the number 1 seeds ballpark. That at this point in time would be the Bronx. Really interesting. Now, as for the pitching matchups the rest of the way, they're not easy. Max Fried, Brian Bayo. We know how good Bayo is against the Yankees. This should be a very interesting, in fact, to me, an expectant low-scoring game. You can bet that. Sunday, Will Warren, Garrett Crochet. That's the Sunday nighter, by the way, as well. So again, Fried, Bayo tomorrow, Warren, Crochet on Sunday. The Yankees' first pitch tomorrow will be at 4:10. Again, 4-1, the final score. To sum up, the Yanks have Fried and Warren going the next 2 nights. They trail Toronto by 3. They now have what might be in left field, could be in right field, don't know yet. We now have a left fielder or a right fielder in Aaron Judge, who's 4th on the all-time home run list for Yankees. So again, to sum up, a great night. Luis Gil carries a no-hitter through 6, obviously doesn't get a chance in the 7th. Regardless, good night for the Yanks. Now remember, 2 more with Boston, then it's off to Minnesota for 3 with the Twins, off to Baltimore for 4 with the Orioles. That is the final road trip of the season. Then it's back home, 3 with the White Sox and 3 with the Orioles for the final homestand of the season. Really interesting stuff as we come down the stretch. It's another big moment on Locked On College Football fans. Locked On and Fire TV present College Football Kickoff, your ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll of Locked On Big 12 leads the conversation alongside 2-time AP Coach of the Year Gary Patterson, former college star Jesse Holley, and Locked On's local experts. A college football preview only Locked On can do. Catch College Football Kickoff every Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV. Also want to mention our partners in crime over at Locked On Yankees, the great Stacey Goutsoulias and Brian McKeon. Again, all the stuff at Locked On Yankees is there, so follow, subscribe, and enjoy. Again, 4-1, the final score. Yanks keep pace with the Blue Jays, pick up a game on the Red Sox. Should be fun. Again, Saturday afternoon, Sunday night to wrap up the series with the Red Sox. Have a great night, everyone.